So this is a great, great lesson given by the Prophet. No. Let us take, for example, Prophet Ibrahim. Prophet Ibrahim was born in Iraq. Then he traveled several countries. He was the first international da'i. Although he was born in Iraq, but he traveled to Egypt, to Palestine, to Syria, and finally Arabia. So he settled his wife Hajra and his son Ismail in the desert of Mecca. At that time, Mecca was a desert. There was no city, no town, because there was no water. So he settled his family here in this desert, only to establish an international dawah work. It was so, and he built Kaaba, Baitullah, here in this desert. So this was the first international center of dawah. Prophet Ibrahim established the first international center of dawah, that is Kaaba or Baitullah. So although there were so many problems, you know, desert is a problem area of our earth. Where there is desert, there is problems. So desert is a problem area of our globe. And he selected this problem area because although there were problems, although there were material problems, but there were spiritual opportunities. There was nature, no city, no comfort, no luxury, but there was nature. There was desert, there was mountain, there was sky, there was air, there was sun and moon and stars. So it was a natural environment. Although it was not a material environment like Egypt and Syria. Egypt and Syria were civilized cities. So there were all kinds of material comfort. And Mecca at that time was uncivilized area. So there was no material facilities, but there was nature. Nature means source of inspiration. Nature means source of divine inspiration. In this area, there was open field. There were mountains. There was air. There were stars at the night. There was sun and moon. So all the nature was there. So Prophet Ibrahim selected this area to establish the first international dawah center. It was the most suitable place for such center. He wanted to produce a new generation. At this natural environment. He wanted to produce a new generation of those people who are sound thinker, who are positive thinker, who are natural thinker, who are deconditioned. In one aspect, this center was a center of deconditioning. You know, the process of conditioning is a phenomenon of cities, not a phenomenon of nature. In nature, there is no conditioning. Conditioning is a phenomenon of cities, towns. It is not a phenomenon of nature. In nature, there is no conditioning. Where there is nature, there is God. Where there is nature, there is divine inspiration. So, he selected desert to produce a generation free of conditioning. This was his scheme. It is a question why Prophet Ibrahim selected this area that was desert to build the first international Dawah work, international Dawah center, because this was the most suitable place for this purpose. And it was the most important aspect of this center that in this center it was possible to produce a generation who is free of conditioning. And I think that it is the most important aspect of human life. One must be deconditioned, one must be free of conditioning. Conditioning is the most important obstacle towards Iman. This history gives us a great lesson that first of all, you have to decondition yourself, you have to decondition your generations, you have to decondition your family. If you want to produce, if you want to do some dawah work, you have to begin from deconditioning. It's very, very important to know the art of deconditioning. Here is the beginning of life of a movement. Then let us take the example of other prophet. He was Prophet Yusuf. You find mention of Prophet Yusuf in biblical literature as well as in the Quran. So Prophet Yusuf was born in Iraq, that was between Syria and Palestine. Then he settled in Egypt. At that time, Egypt was under the rule of a mushrik. In history, you find his name as Hyksos king. He was a mushrik. He was an idol worshipper. And read this history in the chapter number 12, chapter Yusuf. So according to the details given in this chapter, at a point of time, Hyksos king offered an office that was a department of food. He offered it to Prophet Yusuf that take the charge of food department in my government. So Prophet Yusuf accepted this offer.